welcome back. So today I'm going to briefly talk about pay me spells. And you guys know from my previous videos, I'll explain to you, anytime you want something back from someone, you want to influence, compel, and manipulate or control a situation, it is great to use a devil, or you can use like a really large skull, a big head, and you want to use those to get inside of their mind and their thoughts. So generally, anytime anybody owes you anything, I will tell you to get a reading. Get a reading to see if they have the money first to pay you back. And then you want to see why they haven't paid you back. Okay? But generally, a lot of what I'm seeing with the payback spells and stuff is people that let people borrow from them. Say you let somebody borrow $50 from you, and then next week you let them borrow another 100, and now you've accumulated $5,000 over 10 years and you want money back. You never made any agreement to getting this money back. You kept giving and giving and giving. Yeah, you had the assumption they were going to give it back to you, but if you never mentioned it, what would make you or believe that they would? Anytime anyone borrows money from you, make a contract, get an agreement that they're going to pay back, and never give them what, like your last. Don't ever give someone your next paycheck. Don't ever give someone money you saved up for Christmas for your kids. Don't ever give away money that someone has given to you and now you need that money back. And you're expecting quick and fast results and they don't even have the money to give to you. How can you make or enforce anyone to give you things back if they have no money in the first place? So that reading is key. I don't care what you do. Anytime you're going through a spell, that person that's going to do it for you, make sure they can actually read. And do a tarot on you. Read your energy. Read the person. You want that. Or you do it yourself. And I'm going to show you how to do a spell with a pendulum and parchment paper. And when you work with the parchment paper spell with the pendulum, you're basically creating your own little board of answers. Because some of you tell me you can't connect. You tell me you don't know how yet to connect to the ancestors and the spirits and the deities. And you're not sure, if the things they're leading you to, if it's correct. So that means you don't know. You're not at that point yet to where you're understanding the messages that they're giving you. And that's understandable with those of you that are new spiritually and you're working hoodoo to get certain things. That's going to happen. So make sure you're being guided by a root worker that knows how to do things. They know how to read. They know how to stimulate between certain energies you're picking up. They know how to really work a spell. They know their herbs, their roots. They really know. Put it down like that, okay? So with the green devil candle, this is one of the candles that I would recommend highly for when you want something back. And it may have been a favor owed to you. It may have been a situation where you lent something out and you didn't get it back. Or it may be money. When it comes down to a situation like that, you're going to need the candle and you're going to need some pay me herbs, okay? And my herbs come blended because what I've realized over the years, when I tell you which herbs individually to get, many of you have an excuse. Oh, I can't find it. I sell them at my shop. Like everything I talk about is at my shop. And all you got to do is ask me, Magic, you mentioned this in a video. Do you have it at your shop? And sure do. I sure do. And I will tell you how to get it. I'll create a link for you. And then you can order your stuff. I will mix generally 7 to 9 herbs. It all depends on what the situation is. And you will get a 4x3 bag with herbs blended. And you can order oil. Now, generally, whenever I do a candle, I make a candle. Unless I say plain, I'm going to dress it for you. I'm going to pray over it. I'm going to hand pour it. I'm going to do every single thing that I have to do so you can get the best energy out of that candle that you are going to work at home. So you will get a candle like this for any instance and situation where you want somebody to pay up. If it's a situation where you're working court cases, you're going to need more than one devil candle. You're going to need numerous devil candles, and you're going to have to work them back to back to back. That energy has to stay consistent. And what I would tell you is work with the work with the pay up oil, work with the influence because you want to change and alter their mind. And then work with some knotweed. You can work with a little bit of licorice root. Calamus is too heavy and strong of a force for you to want something back, and then you're putting it on too heavy. Every week you work that person. Every time you work that situation. Every time you work on it, you're building up power among the situation and the person. You're weakening them. So an influence is the best way to go, along with the green skull or with the green devil candle. Now, For many of you, you're gonna automatically think when you want something from somebody, oh, let me control them heavy. No, that doesn't work. There's a lot of people that they have spiritual guides around them, ancestors, and they're being watched by their loved ones that have passed. And they have energy over them, and that energy sits very strong with them. And the minute you start trying to do something heavy to them and control them, they know. They are alerted. They're aware. There's a lot of people you guys are working on that are fully protected. And unless you learn how to weaken them and you know their strengths and what can break them, then you are not going to be able to get into them. A lot of times when you want to weaken somebody, you got to get up and under them. And slowly, little by little, weaken them and weaken them and weaken them. To the point now where you can put a devil candle on them. You can put some bewitching. You can put some influence over them. And you can alter the situation now to get what you want. But when you're going too strong with calamus and you're going in with control and heavy control, and you're then trying to get them to be nice to you, it's not going to work. Yeah, they owe you money, but they don't have to give a fuck about you. They don't have to care about you. They don't have to be sweet to you. There's some people they're really no good, and they will borrow money from you with the intentions to never pay you back. So anytime you're going to work on a situation with the devil candle, I want you to overpower it. I want you to use power oil. I want you to set a separate candle on the side. Let me show you. I want you to set a separate candle on the side, and I want you to work this. So this is a power candle. You work purple, and you'll work her or him, depending on your sex. You'll work him or her for that energy that you need to overpower a situation and for that control back. So John the Conqueror, you use MasterRoots, and you also use, well, for some of you, it all depends how much energy you can stimulate. But for the women, I would tell you use power and queen oil. And then for the men, use John the Conqueror oil and power oil. And then, of course, you combine the roots at the feet and you dress it. So for the purple candle, you will use those oils. And then the roots at the bottom would be knotweed. Okay? You can use Master of the Woods. You can use the MasterRoot. And this is going to help stimulate your power, your energy, your control, and add in the John the Conqueror root. So females, queen oil, and males, you use the power oil. Okay? You want to be able to control the situation and control the spell. The green candle is for the person that owes you the stuff. The purple candle is for you. Let me get a MasterRoot and show you guys. I know it may be hard for many of you to find, but these were on my shop. And if you didn't get none, then you didn't get none. But anytime I post up on Instagram, I'm like, hey, I have Angelica root back in stock. I have John the Conqueror back in stock. I have MasterRoot back in stock. If it's a root that's really hard for you to find and to obtain, then I would recommend you getting it. And this is going to help you to master all things. This root here is going to help you through college, through class. And it's generally used to help you to succeed through situations. And just master things along the way. It's called MasterRoot. You will get through. You will get jobs. You will get calls. You will get whatever car you want. When you begin to work on yourself and you begin to understand how roots work and the energy that you have to sync with it, things go in your favor really well. Now, I'll be honest with you, like I always am. If you are not the smartest pea in the pod and you've been failing all your classes, and you couldn't catch up, if they caught up to you, then you shouldn't be working on things like this. Don't work a power. Don't work S for success. Don't work with the roots. Start building up the energy that you need by studying. That's the honest truth. If you're continuously failing an exam over and over and over and over and over and over, don't blame the magic, blame yourself. You're just not equipped when it comes to holding on the knowledge. But don't blame the magic if you don't get the things that you want. And I see a lot of people doing that. They'll say, oh, I've been working on my kids are, they're failing all their classes and I did an S for success and they're still failing. Take personal accountability for it. They need tutoring. They need more lessons. They need to learn math. They need to read more. It's just certain things that you can't get mad at with magic if that person is not putting their best foot forward. If you continuously fail your nursing exam after 700 tries, maybe nursing is not the course for you. Maybe you should step aside and say, you know what? Let me study something else. Let me take up something else. The roots are not going to work for you. The energy is not going to be there. That spell is not going to move. There's going to be no manifestations to it. If you keep working on things and you're not getting the best results, move forward. Get a reading. That may be your block, yourself. You may be self-sabotaging yourself by trying to move forward and work on things that are not beneficial to you. And it will come with any spell. If you're trying to dominate and control someone too heavy and they're protected and they have energy around them, it is not going to move. That doesn't generally mean you're a failure. It just means you cannot work that person. You either get a reading to see if you can or if a worker can do it. But you have to learn to back away. What I realize with people when it comes down to magic, they've been, number one, you've been taught wrong. So you don't understand roots. You don't understand herbs. You don't understand how to use certain oils and candles. And you automatically feel if you work and place certain energies on people, it is going to generally happen. And that's false. That is incorrect. On top of working with the green devil candle, I want you to work a few things. I want you to work with also an influence jar. And you can make your influence jar any which way you see fit. I sell them at my shop. I'm not going to be spilling all my, recipes and everything on how to do things. But you can do an oil lamp, which is much easier. And I'll show you how to do an oil lamp. And I'll also show you how to do a bottle. And when you're working with certain bottles and you're working with the energy of the devil, specifically to get things that are owed to you and to be paid back to you, you want to work each and every item consistently. So you'll be working that bottle on a regular basis. You'll be working the jar. And you'll be working the devil candle. Be consistent. Work with many different types of energies. And even if you can get back half of what's owed or just a portion of it, then that is a good job. You've done a great job. For those of you that are working on people that don't have the money to give it back to you, you're going to be working blindly. They don't have the money. Where are you getting it from? Are you going to work on them to get their money and then work on you? No. A lot of times there's situations where you're going to have to let pass. A lot of times there's going to be situations where even as strong and powerful as you are, the things that you want, they can't be surfaced. You can't bring them to you. Like a lot of you want to work on situations and where I tell you, you're not going to get it. I don't care. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you say it. Yes, it's magic. But you're not going to be able to get every single thing that you want. If that was the case, we'd all be millionaires. Every single spiritualist, root worker, we will all be millionaires. And we wouldn't share any secrets with you on how to correctly do things to build that wealth, to build that prosperity, and build abundance that's needed. So I want you to carefully think about certain things when you ask for it. If you're trying to change a contract that's been embedded in a system and a method through certain individuals, you're going to keep on hitting the road. If you signed a contract and you were to be allowed to get certain things or certain amount of monies from insurance companies and or even a will and certain stuff, and they have it specific as to what you are going to gain, there's some things you cannot change, no matter how much you work around it. Yes, it's magic. I understand. I know. But you're not going to get every single thing you do just because it is magic. You're not. You're not going to be able to change every single situation. There are going to be situations where things have been embedded in stone. There's going to be certain things and contracts and rules that have to be followed and practiced. And you can't go over it. So for those of you that are trying to, get money or more money from a contract or from a payout that you have already received, it is going to be hard. Even for those of you that go through court. If the company and the contract and the judge, they say, listen, the most we're going to give you is $50,000. This is what it says. This is on the contract as what we can give you. We can't give you any more. And you keep working on a case and you already know that you can't get no more. You're going to waste your time and your energy. And that worker that's doing it for you, knowing that certain things can't be broken, certain things can't be overstepped, is wasting your time too. Your energy and your damn money. So if and when you find yourself working on certain situations and you're working a skull is specific for one person. And I've mentioned this many times. You cannot put 10 different people on a skull. Now, you can work a skull to change a situation that one person is thinking over one other person. But when numerous things, you don't want to. So if you're working a skull and you're trying to get 7 different people to pay you back, that's going to fail. That's a fail. And with the green devil, you want to put that specific to one situation. One situation at a time is best. Do not try to overpower. Do not try to feel like you're going to cheat your way through magic, because you're not. You just won't get any results. I want you to know how to correctly work things. I want you to know, if I tell you, listen, get the herbs, get the roots, work the power candle, work the devil candle, work it in that manner. It will help you. Work the influence jar correctly to influence them, to make it seem as if it is their idea, as if they are the ones enabling the situation and saying, yeah, I'm going to do it. And influence is very beneficial, because some of you, you're not as powerful to work control, compelling, and even bewitching situations where you're going to be altering their energy and their mind and putting them in a trance for a while. Some of you, you may have thought you're controlling the person, but you're not. You're not winning. And some people you just can't win over. Some people you can't control. So I want you to know how to do it, when to do it, and why. I'm going to list everything you can get at my shop. I do not have any more MasterRoots. Hopefully I can get some soon. And as soon as I do, I'll post it on my Instagram. It's best you follow me on Instagram. I hope this video has been clear for many of you. I hope you take heed to working with certain roots and learning how to work with certain roots and certain things when it comes to getting money back. And stop lending out money if you don't have it. If you lent $20,000 out easily and they didn't have the money, what makes you think they're going to give it right back to you? It becomes hard. You put yourself in these burdens. You stress yourself out. You entrust in too many different people and too many different energies, and it can wear and tear you. It really can. Like if you like it, subscribe and stay blessed.